my dad is here. I told him it was an Eric Clapton concert. It's about to get really awkward on many levels. I did have sex one time. And I obviously learned my lessons. So I wanted to start kind of chronologically at the beginning and talk a little bit about the moment that you realize you're pregnant when you don't want to be. Because I think it's a very singular moment. It's really unlike anything else that ever happens in your life. It's obviously horrifying. And, well, maybe not for everyone, it was horrifying for me. And my brain did these two really different things at the exact same time. It was fascinating. It was like two totally opposite paths. Like on one hand, I was like, oh fuck, like I'm an adult right now. Like I feel like I'm, an adult. If my body can do this, like, all right, I'm grown, I'm done. Which is crazy. And at the exact same time, my brain is also going, I can't be pregnant. Like, I'm 8 years old. I still have to Google when is Thanksgiving every year. So, that was weird. I wrote notes here. So I had also a medical abortion, which is a series of pills. It feels more like you're doing drugs than like committing a mortal sin. As opposed to, I guess, a surgical abortion, which I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but I assume it's like they get up there and like flick a switch, like put your uterus in the off position. So the interesting thing is that I think with the surgical abortion, you go in and they do it and then you're recovering, right? And with the medical abortion, you go in and you take the pill that they give you there, and then you go home and you take the other pills. And then you wait and you abort over, like, it could be 48 hours. The second bleeding could happen. You never know, right? So my advice to anyone who's going in for a medical abortion would be to take a look at your calendar and make the necessary changes. I didn't do that. And what could happen is that you may end up at a baby shower. On the live stream, I'm sorry, your baby is super cute. It was so uncomfortable. Like, one thing that you learn going to baby showers when you're in your 20s and you haven't been to many baby showers is the things that people get at baby showers are like things that you never would have realized a baby would need, right? Like, so me and my friends went in on a pair of mittens, like these cute little striped mittens to, I guess, protect the baby from scratching itself. So like, yeah, like here's this like cute little like baby mittens with the stripes, like to keep your little baby muffin from scratching her face, and I'm murdering mine. Congratulations, Wendy. So yeah, it was really awful. I'm not smiling in any of the pictures from that day. I don't think I like ate any of the food. It was terrible. But I actually did, after a while, I realized it felt a little bit like subversive and cool. Like I was like, all right, like as far as the dichotomy of like women's choices, like this is kind of neat, right? Like you're going ahead and having a baby with your like shitty bald husband, and like I'm actively undoing that. So it's actually kind of empowering. Yeah. So who here has seen? I can't really see you guys, but who here has seen Obvious Child? This is New York, so everyone's got good taste. I assume a lot of you. I went and saw Obvious Child a couple weeks after my abortion, and I loved it, and I laughed and cried and went home and ate my feelings afterward, and it was great. One criticism of the movie was that I think it ended a little bit too soon as far as what I wanted to see, as far as like what would be relatable for me. She finds out she's pregnant, she goes through the whole song and dance of telling people, and then the abortion. And then the movie ends with her like sitting there on the couch, and that's it. And you don't get to see kind of any of the story afterward, which I thought would have been really interesting and good for me to see, that what I was going through was normal afterward. Like I was, there was a lot of like sitting at my desk at work crying, like watching YouTube videos of people getting puppies for Christmas and just like, losing it. Or leaving Planned Parenthood after my follow-up appointment And an old man was so nice and offered me salvation through his church. And I offered to relocate his testicles into his butthole. And I want to take a moment also to say just how lucky I feel that it was so easy for me, that I was able to access an abortion very easily. It cost me $6, which is incredible. The reason that I think that's so important is because if I didn't have that abortion, it wasn't so easy, I would now have an 8-month-old. And my boyfriend and I, he's here actually, sitting with my dad. I should probably buy him a drink after this. We're idiots, like we're drunks, we're total idiots. Our child would have been named like Taraji, had anything to do with it, or like Iron Man. Actually, if it was his choice, it would probably be Daenerys Targaryen. I didn't even get that joke. So, all right. Well, so yeah, I feel fortunate enough to still be with a man who impregnated me. And that is how I introduce him at all times. Right, Lucy, this is the man who impregnated me. Don't worry about the details. My personal favorite thing, and he's wonderful. He's the kindest, most fertile man. My personal favorite thing about having been through an abortion with him is that I can bring it up whenever I want and use it against him. Like, for instance, we were at a party surrounded by friends and loved ones, and I was doing something that was irritating him as usual, and he was asking me to stop, and I was like, I carried your child. Yeah, for like 5 weeks, and then you killed it.